Summer camp at Sunny Shores was renowned for its fun activities, campfires, and friendly atmosphere. Located on the edge of a dense forest, far from the hustle and bustle of cities, it welcomed children from all over the country every year to enjoy nature and make new friends. One evening, in the middle of the season, the new girls heard an eerie and creepy legend about Bloody Mary from the camp veterans. Victor, a counselor known for his scary stories around the campfire, shared this chilling tale. Long ago, in a village that once stood where our camp is now, there lived a girl named Mary. She was beautiful, but one day she fell ill, and her face became covered in terrible sores. People began to shun her, and eventually they trapped her in a mirror to rid themselves of her curse. Since then, it's said that if you summon Bloody Mary 3 times before a mirror, she will appear and take the summoner away. That night, after Victor's story, a group of girls led by 15-year-old Sarah decided to take a daring step. They were bored with the usual camp activities and wanted to test the legend themselves. In a dimly lit room, they found an old mirror in the abandoned storeroom. "Let's do it," Sarah said, trying to sound brave. "It's just a story." The girls stood before the mirror, holding hands, and began the ritual. "Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary." They chanted in unison. Nothing happened. The girls sighed in relief and laughed at their fears. But that very night, something horrifying occurred. The next morning, one of the girls, Emily, didn't show up for breakfast. At first, everyone thought she had overslept. But when the counselors checked her room, her bed was neatly made, and her belongings were gone. They searched the entire camp and the surrounding woods, but Emily had vanished without a trace. "It's all just nonsense," Victor assured everyone. "She probably just ran away home." But fear had already taken root in the hearts of the children. The next day, another girl, Jessica, didn't come to lunch. Her things were also missing. Panic began to spread. Each night, another girl from the group disappeared. No traces, no sounds, just emptiness and horror in the eyes of those who remained. The counselors were in a frenzy. They didn't know what to do. The police were called, but they couldn't find any clues. The remaining girls began to recall Victor's words about the mirror. Fear and terror grew. They started to suspect they had truly awakened something terrible. "It's because of us," whispered Sarah. "We summoned her. We summoned Bloody Mary." Only a few girls from the group were left in the camp. They decided they had to try and stop this, or else they would all disappear. They gathered again in front of the same mirror. "We have to send her back," said Lisa, the youngest of the group. "Maybe if we apologize, she will let us go." They stood before the mirror and began to speak. "Bloody Mary, we're sorry. We didn't mean to disturb you." But the mirror remained dark and silent. Suddenly, a cold wind swept through the room, and they heard a faint whisper. The mirror cracked, and blood began to seep from the fractures. The girls ran in terror, but the door was locked. In the mirror, Mary's distorted face appeared, full of rage and pain. "You called me," she said. "Now I'm here." Sarah, mustering all her courage, stepped forward. "We apologize. Please, let us go." Mary didn't respond. Her ghostly hand reached out towards them, and they felt an icy, soul-chilling fear. Suddenly the light went out, and the room was plunged into darkness. When the light came back on, the mirror was shattered, and the girls were gone. The next day, the camp was empty. The counselors and children had vanished, and the police found no evidence. Camp Sunny Shores was permanently closed, and the area was declared off-limits. The legend of Bloody Mary and the disappearances at the camp became a local horror story. No one dared to approach the old camp again. They say that at night, in the darkness, you can hear whispers and see the shadows of children searching for a way home. Thus ended the story of Sunny Shores, leaving behind only fear and memories of those who dared to summon Bloody Mary.